I'm Judy Zelina. This is the Millcreek Government Channel. The mission of the Erie VA Medical Center is to provide exceptional health care to veterans. We're so fortunate to have a VA Medical Center right here in Erie that offers a variety of health services to meet the needs of our nation's veterans. The Veterans Affairs Medical Center is a full-service hospital for the veterans in our area. They take care of everything from minor injuries, surgeries, to prosthetics. The VA accepts veterans of all ages, whether you are injured and coming home from the current war or a veteran from previous service, they will provide you care. Joining us to let our viewers know about some of these wonderful programs the VA has in place is Sarah Gudgeon, and Sarah is the Public Affairs Officer for the VA Medical Center. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Again, I should say again, because Sarah has been on the show previously, and she always has something new going on down there.
It's a fun facility.
This show's no different. You've got something new going on. First off, Sarah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the background of the VA Medical Center. How long has the VA Medical Center been providing care to our veterans?
So we've been providing care to veterans for more than 60 years now. We first opened our doors in 1951 and have been providing care ever since. So obviously our facility and the services have changed significantly over the years. From, like you said earlier, we provide so many services, such a variety for all of our nation's veterans. And it's incredible to see where we've begun and where we are today, and where we hope to be in the future. So it's definitely been an exciting 60 plus years now at the VA.
And how long have you been with the VA?
I've been there about 7 years now.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So many fun things going on, so many incredible veterans that we've gotten to talk to. So it's just such a great mission being there.
And you've seen so many changes and so much growth.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, just in the years that I've talked with you, it's like, honestly, every time I get Sarah on the show, it's always something new's going on. You know what I wanted to talk to you about, too? The VA Medical Center, I mean, a lot of us have never utilized the facility. Some of us should be utilizing it, but there are some myths or misconceptions, aren't there?
Absolutely, absolutely. We hear about 4 common myths at all of the outreaches that we go to when we're in the community. So if we take a little time to kind of debunk those and talk about those, one of the first myths that I hear all the time is I didn't serve in combat or I didn't get injured while I was in the military, therefore I'm not eligible for health care. That is actually not correct. So many military members think that you have to be in combat to be a veteran. That's not true. Many of our veterans that we serve today have served during peacetime. They have been stateside, and they might have service-connected injuries, they might not. So we always, always, always encourage veterans, those who served in the military, to stop with our eligibility department, talk to them, bring in their DD-214 service discharge papers, and go from there. So we don't want that to be a setback. We don't want that to be a reason they're not coming in.
And that is true, because Sarah, until I started talking with Sarah, I myself thought that the VA Medical Center worked only with people that had been in combat or were injured.
Exactly. And so many veterans, and in previous years too, eligibility requirements have changed at the VA, as you know. So that has changed somewhat, but again, we encourage everybody who's served in the military to at least touch base with our eligibility department. Okay, so myth number 2, I don't want to go to the VA because I want to save the appointments for those who really need it. This I hear from our World War II veterans the most, who are coming up to our table. They are incredible, just such a humble population that we have. But they'll come up to our outreach table and say, no, let's save that for the guys coming home, the men and women coming home. We don't want to take an appointment away. So what actually happens with the VA, how we get our funding, is the more veterans who are coming to see us and who are using us on a regular basis, the more funding we get. So in reality, the more veterans using appointments, we're able to serve more and more. So if that's been in your head for any veterans out there that, no, I want to save these appointments, that's not how it works. You would actually be helping those men and women coming home today by using our services on a regular basis. So that was myth number 2.
That's good to know.
Exactly.
Good to know.
Exactly. these all make sense. We've all
They
heard
do.
these.
Yes, you're right, we
outside.
have.
So next one, we have myth number 3. I make too much money, so I've never applied for VA care. One of the eligibility requirements for VA is obviously income, but that's not the only one. So regardless of how much money that you do make, if you have any type of service-connected injury or illness that was contracted in the military, that can be anything from hearing loss, which a lot of people don't think about, to an old knee injury, to an old ankle injury, any type of those service-connected injuries and illnesses. So again, regardless of how much money your veterans make, I do want to encourage them to at least touch base with their eligibility department. There are so many things that can be subtracted from your income regardless of that, including medical expenses and other items like that.
This is why they need to talk to somebody there.
Exactly.
Because they can look at the numbers, they can run the numbers, they know what's going to be included and what isn't going to be included.
Exactly. They know all the background for it. We could do a whole show just on eligibility requirements, but we don't
will
have
one of these days.
I like that. I like that. All right. And then myth number 4 is I want to go to the VA, but I don't want to give up my private health insurance. The great news here is veterans don't have to give up their private health insurance. They can keep that and still go to the VA medical center. They don't have to lose that at all. If they are eligible for services, again, they do get free care, free health care at the VA medical center. Some appointments might have co-pays, but that depends on their eligibility. So moral of the story, bottom line, every veteran, we really want to come into the eligibility department, which is located on the first floor of the medical center, meet with them, bring in your DD-214 service discharge papers, and sit down and have that conversation to start.
Okay, Sarah, I wanted to ask you, you're talking about private insurance. Why would they keep their private insurance? What is their reason for wanting to keep it when you do provide so much care?
It really depends on their eligibility, what they're eligible for within the VA. So sometimes for many veterans, it is helpful to have that private insurance as well. If they want to go outside into the community, or if they want to stay in the VA, that's always an option too. But many veterans have found it's helpful to keep that private insurance.
Well, we have nipped those myths right in the bud, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Come in, come in, come in. That's
Another thing I want to mention too, if there's something that you've heard that we haven't talked about here that's keeping you away from the VA Medical Center, please feel free to give them a call because they would want to hear from you and just maybe explain the path to get on board with you guys.
Absolutely. We find patient feedback so valuable. That's how we learn what the misconceptions are. And that's how we grow in our services.
Okay, now we've got the VA Medical Center right over there on East 38th Street.
Correct.
But you have also some outpatient clinics. So in other words, is this just in Erie County?
This is in Erie County, actually, and in some other counties that we have.
That people can't get to Erie are able to take advantage of services in the outpatient clinics.
Exactly.
Where are they?
So we have the Erie VA Medical Center. That's basically our hub. That's our main hospital that we have. And then we have the 5 community-based outpatient clinics. We're government. We love our acronyms. We call that CBOX. So the community-based outpatient clinics.
You do like your,
we
yes
love
you do.
Them. We love them. So we have those CBOX are located in Ashtabula, Ohio, Crawford County, Venango, Warren, and Bradford, McKean counties. So we serve veterans here in Erie, the surrounding areas. We pull from some New York veterans and some Ohio veterans even. So we do offer services to a wide range of veterans. And part of that reason, part of that expansion was that veterans who live out in, let's say, Warren County, sometimes that can be a 2-hour drive just to come into these VA services. So for, especially in Pennsylvania, all the rural veterans that we have, it's so important to have care in your community, closer to home, so that that's not a barrier to health care. We want to serve veterans. We want to come to them if that's what it takes. And that's originally why those were created.
What are some of the services that you provide at the clinics?
At those clinics, so we provide primary care services. We have behavioral health services, which for our veteran population is definitely a very important component. Our behavioral health specialists out there can help with depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. They can help with a wide range of services for that. And then we also provide some specialty care services through our telehealth programs, which are relatively new programs. Basically, our our specialty care services mainly are at our Erie hub, but through the use of video technology and computers and all that fun stuff, veterans can just come to their community clinic and be connected with a specialist at a different facility there. So that has opened a lot of doors. So now we're seeing an expansion of our specialty care services at those community clinics as well.
And some people say technology is not good. Look at that. What a wonderful, wonderful service.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it really is.
And I'll give you an example. One of them, dermatology. That's hard to get into. If you might be waiting a couple of months, even in our community here.
More than 2 months. Yes.
Exactly. So one of the beautiful things we can do with telehealth technology, veterans can come into the clinics or to the Erie VA Medical Center there and be connected with a dermatologist at another VA facility across the country. We've worked with folks in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, wherever they might be.
Wow, okay.
So you can come in for a dermatology appointment, at least to get assessed, and we have specialty equipment that will zoom in on skin lesions, on moles, whatever that is. But that's offering faster care to our veterans. That's offering better care to our veterans so they can take care of any health issues they're having. So it's really exciting. Teledermatology, that is just one of the telehealth programs we have, but we do a number of other ones, and we continue moving those forward.
I think all doctors should do that because I wouldn't have to get in my car, drive, wait in the doctor's office.
Exactly.
Just Skype them.
Exactly.
Tell me what that spot is.
Exactly. Come to the VA and you could do that, you know? So it's an exciting use of technology.
It really is. It really is, Sarah. You know, you were talking about post-traumatic stress, depression, suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
These are some serious issues with some of our veterans. What programs do you have in effect to help veterans that are suffering from some of these issues?
And that's a great question. Right now, we have a behavioral health clinic, which is actually recognized as one of the best behavioral health programs in the nation among the VA. They do a fabulous job.
Really?
Absolutely. They are incredible. So the VA Medical Center as a whole right now, we serve about 21,000 to 22,000 veterans in our area. 1 out of every 4 of those veterans seeks some sort of behavioral health care through our facility. And in that, we provide a number of services like individual counseling, couples counseling, family counseling if we need that. We even have a family support program that we use because we know that PTSD and depression, that doesn't just affect the veteran, that can affect the entire family.
Yes, it does.
So we really find it beneficial to educate the family members on the diagnosis and on the treatment and what the recovery journey looks like so they can also have support in their journey through recovery. But we provide, again, a number of telehealth programs through behavioral health as well. If you do need couples counseling, let's say, and there is somebody stationed at our behavioral health clinic here in Erie, they can communicate at one of our clinics that we were talking about. So that's been used as well. We also have a homeless veteran program through our behavioral health clinic. This is also very, very disheartening, you know, to hear that there's even one homeless veteran. That is one too many in our case. So our homeless care team has grown significantly over the past couple of years, and we are getting closer and closer to eliminating homelessness among veterans.
Wonderful.
Which is amazing. And I'll tell you what, we can't do that without the support of our community members. So it's really been, it takes a village to do that. So that has been so helpful. We're getting closer to a functional zero, which means that homelessness is rare, it's brief, and it's non-recurring. This is amazing to hear. We love to see veterans who do connect with our homeless care program. About 84% of them who do connect, they go on to permanent housing, which is incredible.
That is a great statistic.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
And you know, what is it? I think it's about 85% of those who go into the community who are not hooked up with VA healthcare, they do not move on to permanent housing. So that's only about a 15% success rate if they're not working with us. So again, we do encourage them to get in. We have so many programs and services, from employment supportive services to resume building to financial planning. Our social workers and our homeless care team really take a deep dive to help these veterans look at what's going on behind the scenes so they can get back up on their feet, and they're doing an incredible job.
And I think that's important too when you're mentioning some of these other programs that you have. Being homeless yes, you can put them in a facility, but there were other factors that brought them to being homeless. And this is where they need someone to show them how to do a budget.
Exactly.
How to manage their money, how to eat healthy.
Exactly.
You know, to stay healthy, to be able to go out to work.
Exactly. Like you hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, yeah, there are homeless shelters. Ultimately, though, I mean, our veterans, they fought for our home.
Yes.
They fought for our
Yes,
country.
they did.
So they should not come back and not have that. Our homeless care team just really helps with all of what you just said. We actually just rolled out a new pilot program with iPads through our homeless care team. So they can actually go to veterans' homes, to community shelters, and connect them with services through the VA, again, another telehealth initiative, where they can talk to specialty care folks, which previously they wouldn't be able to. Like you said, a lot of homeless veterans have some sort of underlying condition.
Correct.
We want to help them address that so
Yes.
they can be successful. They can enjoy the community that they fought for.
What I think is great too is that you're going with the iPads. You're reaching people that would never think to walk down that street and walk through your doors.
You are absolutely
They would
right.
never do that. Whereas you're helping them, you are going right to them and saying, "I can help you," and you do. Oh, this is great!
Isn't
I
that
think
exciting?
yes. I want to talk about your services for women.
Yes.
A lot of times when we think of veterans, right away you think of a soldier, a man, you know, fighting. But we have a lot of women that are veterans also. What programs do you have in effect for women? And sometimes their needs are a little bit different, aren't they?
Absolutely. You and I both know that.
Yeah.
A lot of times people think of the VA as just being your grandfather's VA. And
Exactly.
it's not anymore, which is so exciting. You'll see the face of our population significantly changing. Women veterans are the fastest growing population in the military, or women are, I should say. So we are working to meet those needs and to make sure that we have the support in place for them. We have an entire women veterans health program where we have a program manager, Nadine Sitter, who is fabulous. Many of our women veterans will know them. But she basically helps navigate women through the VA healthcare system. It can be complicated. It can be a little bit overwhelming at first. That's why we have these advocates in place to walk them through step by step. We also have women's health champions in our Erie clinic and at all of our community clinics too, to make sure that we're addressing the unique needs of women veterans. Some things that they found in military service, it used to be that the uniforms and all the gear and everything, they were fitted to men. So that caused some musculoskeletal issues for women coming home. It caused a lot of other issues just kind of addressing that's unique for women veterans. So having this understanding, we're able to treat and see those unique needs a little bit better than just care in the community. We have that veteran-specific focus on that and are able to address that.
Honestly, you guys have everything covered. It's almost like anything I ask, it's covered.
We have those, exactly. And
You have great programs. You really, really do. And what I think is so important is when you look at the veteran, you look at the whole family. You look at everybody that is involved with that veteran, because their issues, their problems, touched everybody in their lives.
Exactly, and that's really a testament to all of our staff at the medical center. They are mission focused, they're veteran focused. Many of them are veterans, in fact, so it's great to give back to that population.
Okay, our time is, we're getting towards the end, but what I want to talk about is, if you drive past the VA Medical Center on Easter Egg, you've seen a lot of dust, you've seen trucks, you've seen construction going on.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
All right, well, we always have something going on.
Yes,
so
you do.
Our next project up is our parking garage, the long-awaited parking garage. I hear echoes, exactly. I hear praises in the street all the time. This is coming. We're expecting to open that in June 2016. So this June, we're expecting to open that. And this is going to provide 280 parking spaces for our veterans and all our visitors, which you know is going to be a godsend. We are so excited excited about this. So I do want to encourage veterans, that's coming soon. They can take advantage of that. In the meantime, we still have our free valet parking services, though, which is right underneath our front entrance there that veterans can use.
I think that is wonderful.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the temporary traffic flow issues, with all the construction, it's so nice to go up to the front door, drop your keys off, not have to pay a thing. They don't even accept tips or anything. And then they can go on to their appointment. So it's been a fabulous service that they have. So the parking garage is one. The next one up, we've also done some demolition on some old buildings to make space for our community living centers that we're doing. That is the VA's term for a nursing home or hospice and palliative care there. So sometime in 2017, we're expecting to break ground on our community living center.
Really?
Exactly, yes, we're very excited. So the first phase is going to be 26 beds for our unit 4 or 5 that we have, and it's going to just provide a more home-like environment for these veterans, which they so rightfully deserve.
I would love to come up and see it when it's finished.
Absolutely.
I really would.
Absolutely, and we'll have an open house as soon as that is finished too, so please.
Yeah, let me know when it is, because I think it's wonderful. Like, it's a need, you know, for our veterans, but it's also a need in our community.
Absolutely.
Too. We have, you know, such an aging population, you know, and the aging population, a lot of them are veterans.
Exactly. You know, I just heard this statistic yesterday. 1 out of every 4 Americans who are passing away are veterans today.
Are they really?
Yeah.
See?
So this is such a needed needed piece. And being in the hospital, we have an excellent community living center on our unit 4 and 5. But this off-site, well, it's still on-site, I should say, but standalone building is going to be so much more homey for our veterans. So we're excited about that.
Now, a lot of the programs or a lot of the people in the medical center are volunteers, aren't they?
Yes. So we have 713 employees, and we have about close to 600 volunteers.
Isn't that wonderful?
Which is incredible. We couldn't do what we do without them. So that is a huge need if any community members are out there.
What are some, okay, if I wanted to be a volunteer, I'm sitting here thinking, well, geez, I don't know anything about the medical field. What are some of the areas you can put a volunteer in?
So we have everything from letters to stuffing envelopes to visiting with our veterans on our community living centers. A lot of them might not have families, so having those visitors come in, sit with them, hear their stories can just make their day. So if you want to get involved, we have a whole bunch of different needs. They can actually go online to www.erie.va.gov to view a whole list of all of our volunteer needs. If you're computer savvy, we have a My Healthy Vet program to help register veterans online to manage their VA healthcare online. So if you're computer savvy, want to get hooked up with that, you can certainly volunteer in there. But we have so many different needs, so whatever they're interested in, I'm sure we can find a fit for them.
So there would be something for everyone if they come to volunteer.
Exactly.
You will find a place for them.
We will not turn them away.
Sarah, how else can the community get involved?
We always have a number of programs going on throughout the year, from our Veterans Day Parade to VA 2K Walk and Roll to homeless fundraisers that we'll have. So the community, can really get involved by coming out to these events, showing their support for our veterans. They would go through rain, they would go through snow, and anything to keep our country safe. So the least we can do, I know our Veteran Day ceremony is in November, which can be cold, but the least we can do is come out and say thank you and show their support for that. So that's what we ask for our community, and I'll tell you, Erie is a unique community in that they are always there for our veterans. So we really appreciate that.
Well, even in Millcreek, I know we have just opened a park, what was last year, but we did renovations, and it's Veterans Park.
Yes, yes.
And we just did, it's on the cover, actually, of the In Millcreek magazine, the summer issue, and it's the supervisors at Veterans Park. And it's a wonderful tribute. And there's pictures of veterans in there actually fishing.
Oh, beautiful.
You know, so we got a bunch of pictures. We have veterans from all 4 branches of the service.
Oh,
so
fabulous. And that's incredible. That's what our community does.
And that's right. I mean, so we're so grateful. My point is that we're so grateful for all that they've done.
Thank you.
Well, Sarah, our time has come to an end. If you could let our viewers know also if they have any questions, how they can get a hold of you for more information.
Absolutely. So any veterans out there, community members can call the Erie VA Medical Center at 814-868-8661. We also keep a full list of activities online at www.erie.va.gov, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter as well to get involved.
And I have been on their Facebook page. Great job keeping up to date with everything that's going on. And again, this is a place where you can find out any of their fundraisers, any parade information, and so forth.
Exactly.
Sarah, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show. We're going to do another show just talking about admissions.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Thank you for the opportunity. We really appreciate it. So.
Okay, and thank you for all that you do.
Absolutely.
Viewers, again, if you have any questions, need a little bit more information, give them a call, check out their website. And thank you for tuning in to the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.